Good evening and praise the Lord. It's that time when we bring to you the Gorgeous Woman Show. It's always an exciting moment to have to talk to women, inspire, empower, and just have a conversation. It's interesting how God made us, that we are so relational, we are able to share our stories, and though sometimes they are very painful, but every time we tell them, the glory of God is revealed and somebody is encouraged. So in case you have a story, never shy away from sharing it, because you never know who it will help. And as Romans 8:28 says, that all things work together for good to those who love Christ and are called according to his purpose. It could be the purpose you have is to help somebody that is going through a crisis. My name is Reverend Ruth Wamoyo, always excited to be the host of the wonderful Gorgeous Woman Show. And today, as always, we are joined by a good guest, a beautiful guest. Her smile can scare the devil away because she has a wide smile. But behind that wide smile, there is a story of childlessness for 16 years. And we are going to talk about that journey today, and just stay put, share with your friends and family. So karibu sana, Emily.
Thank you.
We are so happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
One thing that I've seen about you is your infectious smile.
Wow.
I want to believe Jesus must be inside that heart.
Of course.
It takes a lot of, the grace of God
Definitely.
to be smiling in spite of what you've been through.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so tell us more about who you are.
Okay.
Like for some few minutes, where you come from, who is Emily?
Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Emily Karanja. Wajiro.
Wajiro. Yeah.
Born and blend in Kiambu.
Okay.
Kikuyu.
Oh, Kikuyu.
Yes.
Great.
But I'm that village girl.
Yeah. There's nothing village about you, but because of Kikuyu aspect,
yes.
we tend to believe. Okay, then.
Thank you.
Yeah. Which specific area in Kikuyu?
A place called Karinde.
Karinde.
Yes.
Okay. Just near
Karen.
So you come from Karen.
Really?
Yeah.
We call it Karen end.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So we are somewhere between Kikuyu and Karen and Dabreti.
Yeah.
I was born there like a few years ago.
Okay.
And I went to school there, just like as usual the little girls do.
Yes.
I grew up there, went to a high school in Kikuyu also. So I'm a Kikuyu person.
Yeah, you said you're born and blend, so I truly understand.
Definitely.
Great.
Yes, so then I also got married after the inspiration and staying in church. Yeah. Because I got born again when I was in high school.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So you grew up in the church?
Yes, I grew up in church.
Okay.
But we were Anglicans.
Okay.
Yes. So after I finished school, went to college. Yeah. Then immediately after college, I got married.
What profession did you pursue?
I did administration.
Administration.
Yes, I was those old school secretaries.
I know. Let me tell you, they could type.
Yeah, definitely.
They
we were those
their hands had the speed of Akina Kipchoge.
Of course,
I know. One. And so tell me about your family. How many siblings, your father, your mother?
We are a family of a father and a mother, definitely. And I'm the last one of 6.
Last born?
Yes.
Hey, how does it feel? You're last born when you are mature.
Of course, good.
You know, I know when last borns are kids, they behave in a way.
No, I think I didn't have room.
You didn't have room?
For being a child. I mean, I was not, I didn't get the opportunity.
Why is that? You were back to back? You were born like back to back?
Yes. Okay. And I was raised up very responsibly. Yeah, so I didn't have that opportunity to be spoiled. Okay. So I grew up to be a very responsible woman. Yeah. And I think that's why I also got married when I was very young.
Oh, you didn't feel the loneliness of being left at home alone?
No, no, no.
Or there was two other people?
We were all there.
Oh, you were all there?
We were all there. Okay. Because I think the spacing was also not, there wasn't such a big gap. Yeah. Because in the family, we have a gap of only 2 years, 2 years between each other. Yeah. Yeah, so...
That was good. It worked better for you.
Very well. Yeah. Yeah, so I grew up in that environment of where I became very responsible. Okay. So I later got married.
After high school, after college. Did you work?
Yeah, I had like a small job. Yeah. Yeah, those 2 starters jobs.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has that 1,500, 2,000, 5,000 job. Nowadays they start from 10.
Definitely.
Or 6.
Yeah, they are better. They are better than us.
And you are able to survive.
Generation, and we did.
Yeah, we did.
We survived.
Yeah, so we'll take a break, our viewers, and we'll be back for the next at least few more minutes to hear the background of where her story began. See you after the break. So welcome back, our viewer. As I had earlier told you, my guest is Emily Wajiro Karanja, and her story is a journey of being childless. Not 1 year, not 10, 16. I don't know how she made it, but she will tell us, because as we sit here, she has a child, and she will tell us the journey. So, Emily, now tell me about your husband, how you got married, because there could be young girls.
Yeah.
Our dating, and probably, I may not say ours, maybe let me say yours, because we all come from different backgrounds, may have been different from the dating today.
Yeah.
So you say you got married young. What made you make the right decision as which man to marry?
Well, it's a tricky question.
Yes.
Because I think ours was so naive. When we were getting married, we were young. There was no exposure, not like these days dating.
Yeah.
Because I think today's dating people, girls know what they want.
Yes.
And they are prepared, they're equipped.
Yeah.
And I think when we were getting married, we didn't have mentors.
Yes.
To mentor us nicely and transiting us from this life to a marriage life. So when we got married, during our, I forgot to mention, I got married in 1998, just when I was only 23. 23? Yes.
Yeah. It looks young now, but then that was, I think, the age.
It was the ideal age?
Yeah, the ideal, because did your parents have trouble?
No, no, no.
They were okay? They
were okay.
But right now, if a 23-year-old is telling you they want to get married, you raise your eyebrows.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, they're also engaging themselves in so many things.
Yeah.
They want to pursue their career. Yeah. They want to do things the right way.
Yeah.
As it was like, oh, umeanza kuchelewa kuolewa.
And running away from boredom.
Definitely. Yeah. Most of your friends are getting married. Yeah. So what are you left doing? Yeah. We were those young girls. So every man, those
so
boys
like
in charge.
wa kwanza ndiye alikuingiza box.
Of course. Imagine, without even being sure what I am getting into.
So did you date? Or
we dated, and you know our dating. Yeah, somehow. And then now the dating, you're combining it now, arranging your wedding. So you don't even have time to know each other. And then you find yourself in this monster called marriage. Yes. And then you begin. In our times, you couldn't hear people having experiences of not having children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think these days it's become so common, or people are opening up. Yeah. So I found myself like, I did a big wedding.
I think back then, people used to know how to cover up.
Yeah, so much, like I did. Yeah. Like I did.
But I think also, maybe probably because of the way times have changed, as you're saying, there was not so much childlessness, not so much, because right now it's common.
It's too common.
Yeah, it's too common.
So now you get married and you're like, nobody has ever prepared you, that there are challenges to face. And then you're in church. See, now you know our times.
So did you do a church wedding?
Yes, I did.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I did. Our times, ukiolewa, unavumilia.
Ni kweli.
Yeah.
So was the guy born again?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
But not so committed.
Not so committed.
Not so committed. We grew up together, and I became so committed in my marriage. Yeah. And I think the issue of having no child could not like bother me so much because I was encouraging myself, Emily, you're still very young. Yeah. You got married young. So the first year goes, and I think we were naive. We were not so like these days. Najua ka sahi, I would tell someone, hey, first year, my friend. I think because of the experience. Yeah. Kwambia, hey, can you go get checked? Yeah. So first year goes, second year goes. And you're like, I'm still young. Yeah. So sijachelewa. Then I'm busy working. That time we were not very keen on pursuing career. Yeah. Because I was saying if I knew what I know today, maybe I would engage myself more. Going back to school, pursuing my career, or, you know, those two short courses that people do. Yeah. But we were so like, I have a job, so I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah, so he has started moving, and then you don't
So
have
like
people.
now you're newly married. Did you have the challenges of a newlywed couple, and what are they? Because there are like people who are getting married, they are below the 5-year mark.
Yeah.
Apart from now childlessness, what are the dynamics in your relationship that were a bit complex, that or maybe probably and valuable that you could share to somebody who is we are talking to right now?
Okay. I had this, I matured very fast, especially when I got married. And I started taking marriage very seriously. So I couldn't see anything that cannot keep my house together, or rather my home. So I really worked hard, working my marriage work. And it did for quite some time. And then now after 5 years mark, now that one.
Yeah, did you ever run away?
No, I never.
Oh, you never ran away?
I never.
Congratulations.
No. I never. And then now the first year, second year goes, and like, watu home wanaanza kukuuliza, hey, niaje?
I know.
Yeah, niaje.
Especially home.
Especially
your husband's side or your?
My side. My side. People started getting concerned, and like, haini heat. You know, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because naona kwani lazima mtu apate mtoi like immediately.
And you are not on family planning?
No, nothing. Actually, even today, I don't know how they look like.
Wow.
Yes, I have no idea. So ndo mimi huyo nikaenda hosi. So I used to have a job along Gong Road. And then a friend told me, there's a very good gynecologist called Dr. Jean Kagia. She was so famous during our time. She used to have a clinic at Hurlingham. So during lunchtime, unaona hii ni kitu wezi share. So I used to sneak during lunchtime. Naenda kani nimejificha. You know, it's like a weakness you're hiding. Sasa imeanza kunihit. Like haya na ni kweli. After 2 years, 3 years, the 3rd year. And then the guy who had married me is like, he's very comfortable.
Oh, he was okay.
He was okay. So kitu inaanza kunisumbua peke yangu. So even when I started consulting a gyna, he didn't know.
Oh.
So nilikuwa najificha.
So it was never a topic you talked about?
We never. So I think there was naivety or I don't know. Or maybe the exposure wasn't very good. So I started attending those clinics. My dear, unaenda clinic unakuta watu wamequeue from here up to the door. Women have issues. I started encouraging myself. I'm like, oh, so I'm not alone. Because women are there waiting desperately, waiting for their turn to see the doctor. Sometimes 2 o'clock would lapse, my lunch hour, and I have to go back to the office at 2. Because it's something you can't even share with your boss. Wow. You know? So
the shame and the stigma attached
the stigma.
To it. Yeah.
I think the stigma.
Yeah.
So I embraced it, and I said now, and it's something I'm not even sharing to any friend. I can have a friend who can take me and we start the journey together. Because to me, it's a shame.
Yeah.
And it started now hitting me like, you have a problem. We have a traditional or a culture problem in our African society. That every time a woman has no child,
we assume it.
You are the problem.
You assume, yeah.
And now I started the journey. And now the tests began. And the guy told me, do you know what, girl? You are very okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you have no problem. My dear, convincing a man to come and do the tests is the biggest nightmare.
So when you knew that you don't have a problem, was your problem solved or you still felt you're not there yet?
I agreed.
You felt some relief, of course.
So much, so much. And I'm like, then I'm okay.
So it's important for women to be tested and not to be afraid.
It is, it is. And I just wish they can discuss this thing even before they get married. Because during this dating time, I think these are the things that people need to discuss. That we need to have children, because of course that is a setup of a marriage. And of course we as African society, we complete our marriages by having children. And actually that is the most essence. And it's the beauty of having a marriage. Though sometimes people say, watoto si lazima.
Nowadays with the millennials and all the civilizations we've had, there are some of them that are getting married and saying, but of course not in an African setting.
Even if
because your mother will demand,
of course,
a grandchild.
Of course.
If not your biological mother, your in-laws.
Exactly. And we are trying to westernize things. And I'm telling you, it can never work in our African culture.
It is important.
It is.
God said multiply.
That is
and
it.
fill. Fill the population burden.
Definitely. So now we are there. We are in charge, don't forget. So unaficha, you're trying to hide everything and pretending that everything is okay. But it is not. Because I'm trying to imagine, how do I approach this man and tell him, now mimi niko sawa. Mimi nimechekiwa na niko sawa. And now another year lapses, another one lapses. And then you just wonder, how do you do 16 years? Actually, most people have been asking me, Emily, where did you get the patience? A whole 16. See, now we've done like 3 years. Because after 2 years is when I went and got tested.
And you never even told him about the results?
I did. You did? Like immediately. Because you see, it was a sign of relief for me. Convincing this guy to go and do some tests.
He refused?
He refused. So, tukangangana, tukapambana.
Did that change the way your marriage was after you disclosed that you are okay?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
He was just okay?
He was okay. And now me, I think I was also okay because of that relief, you know. And like the stigma left. And now he started doing the tests. He finally.
After how many years?
After Kedo 4-5 years. And we began the journey. And I started telling myself, if it were me who had the problem, I would expect someone
to support me
and to be patient with me. So I got another doctor and we started the journey. I would go to the gynae's hospital, in any clinics, and I would open a file in my name. And now we would get in. And you see now, whenever any doctor see you as a couple, they would think
it's the woman,
who has an issue. And we started the journey. It became so hard, so hard, so hard.
Okay, what was the problem? Is it low sperm count or what did they say?
And some infections. And I was really shocked. And I'm like, you mean even men? They get to have some issues? And we started doing treatments, a treatment after another. Then now how the 16 years go is because you do this, then you wait for results, which don't forthcome. And now that one keeps your faith and your hope like you're gonna get at some point because you went through hospital. It's just like the way you get a headache and you take some painkillers and automatically you think, nimepona. So even emotionally, you start thinking,
now a child should be forthcoming.
A child should forthcome. And then something behind your back tells you, I think you need to be patient. You have to give this thing time. Because you've already started.
And it's also a very expensive procedure.
Very, very. And then a year goes. Another one goes. Nothing happens. And then I'm thinking, let's get another opinion. But this guy is there. He's comfortable.
He's okay. He's not even under pressure.
No. Because you know now, you as a woman, shauri yako, you are the one who displays your barrenness. Kwa sababu kama uzai, si kila mtu anafikiria a woman is the one who has a problem.
So there is no way you saw him ever down or like
no,
it was a concern?
I think it was life as usual to him.
Wow.
And then it would hit me at some point. I'm like, an ear is gone, another one is gone. And I'm the one who is taking the bother. And I tell him, let's seek another opinion. We go to another gyna. And it's a whole process again. You begin again.
Definitely.
Because there's no doctor who will believe in another doctor's report. So we start again. One tells you...
The same diagnosis?
Yes,
or it changes?
Yes, it doesn't. Because you see the process begins like... start with sperm counts. Because most men are affected by low sperm count. So you begin again. Munanza hizo vitu. It is the toughest thing that you can never go through.
I understand it's a very emotionally draining.
Very draining.
Yeah.
Don't forget I'm working, so I'm trying to juggle between my work and time. So I have to slot in an appointment on a Saturday.
Oh.
And then don't forget I'm not talking to anyone about it. Hikale kashida kako unafichanga, and then they smile. Wow. So everyone thinks, no, this guy is okay.
Everything is okay.
And I have that strong personality. I'm that strong woman. And my other things around my life are moving on very well. So you're progressing. So people think you're very okay.
Wow. You will take a break and then we'll come back and hear the rest of the story, how the journey progressed. See you after the break. So welcome back, our viewer. We continue with the rest of the story. Okay, so you're juggling between work and going to the hospital.
Yes.
So when you went to the first gyna, second, third, does it mean that the medication was not working, or what was happening?
We even went for surgery.
Oh, yeah. At some point.
At some point. And now I'm there carrying my man, taking him to a hospital. You are not even sharing with anyone.
Not even parents?
No. No, I couldn't. I maybe shared with one friend. I have a very good friend of mine. Her name is Gladys. And I told her, now, I'm taking this guy for a surgery. We went, did an operation for about, it took about 3 hours.
And you even never shared with the parents?
No, no. Okay. My friend took me and we waited. So we are there. Then I drove him home. Took care of him.
At least you had a car.
I had a car.
Ah, nice. That is good.
Yeah. And then, you see now the life is progressing. So kinda, you are busy. And by the way, I used to keep myself so busy. I think it so that now this thing doesn't bother me so much.
Was he working himself?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
So he was equally occupied.
Yeah, but later he left work for business.
Okay.
Yeah, so that time when we were doing the operation, we were running a business.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went through medication, and then you're hopeful.
The operation still didn't work.
You know,
this
it never worked. It never worked.
Wow.
It never worked. Simiaka bado inasonga. Now that's how you wonder, how does 16 go? And it's like, especially if you're busy, so things are moving so fast. Did you ever imagine it's a prayer item or? Yes, it was. So you used to pray together? We used to pray, and then I have a good friend of mine, a woman, an intercessor friend of mine. So we used to pray about it. We also had a group of other women, and in that group, we had a lady, my friend, who didn't have children also. But her, she opted adoption. She adopted 2 kids, and she was okay. So by the way, in between now, everyone is coming, hey, you need to adopt children. And me, nakumbuka, my first guy told me, I'm okay. And there's this thing in my mind that tells me, those women who adopt children are barren. Completely barren, they cannot give birth. They have lost faith. They have lost faith. Although I had heard stories of people who adopted children and God blessed them with theirs. Yeah. So I'm there. Nimechanganyikiwa, I'm like, do I provoke God? But another voice tells me, no, you will hold your miracle one day. How it will happen, I have no idea. So what was the most challenging thing about adoption? Because many people float that idea. Yeah. Like, throw it to adopt too. I know. What did that mean to you? It meant defeat. Ah, okay. To me. Because you see, you know, faith is very strong. Yeah. And it's something, it's a substance you cannot work without. Because now that faith sank in me that one day you will hold a child of your own. Prophecies started coming. People started seeing me holding a baby. So I kept that word. It kept me going. Like, the doctor confirmed I'm okay. And then God is confirming through his servants, when people are praying for you, even people you don't even expect, they would come and give me messages that, Emily, I feel very happy holding a baby boy, specifically a boy. So we kept on struggling.
So now the 10th year has come.
Yeah.
Is your marriage still there? Is the fire there?
It's there. It's there.
Yes.
And I think what we had done, we diverted from now this thing of, okay, let me say personally, because I think it's like a journey I was walking alone, unfortunately. But I kept myself so busy. Then I got a good job in Westlands, and I was very busy. So I would wake up in the morning, you rush to work. Remember the traffic and the craziness of traffic and all that. So your whole life is busy from morning.
Yeah.
You're trying to work around your time. You wake up in the morning, you dress up. I mean, you prepare to work. There's traffic all the way up to Westlands. You get to work. The office was very busy. I used to be so occupied. And then now in the evening, again, you're starting traffic at the door. By the time you get home, you're so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a day goes so fast.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize.
And Saturdays you're going to see the gyna.
Yeah, yeah, clearly. You have weddings, you have a social life.
Yeah.
Then I was so engaged in church.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That really was.
So my life was busy.
Yeah.
And I think now that busyness kept this thing away. But when you go and sleep, you know you still remember. And even when you're so busy working, like when you're so busy trying to make money, something else asks you.
What is this money for?
Unatafutia nani?
Na ukiona watu wana watoto, like a couple with a child.
I know. No, I used to love it. And I'm like, wow, you know.
Okay, it never made you tear or this?
Well, you get emotionally affected.
Yeah.
But you have to be strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then now I could divert my money educating people's children.
Wow.
Yeah, especially my in-laws. And something would tell me, do you know you're sowing a seed for your child?
Wow.
He will never lack a good education. You know, there's that voice that used to come in my... Because, you know, at the end of the day, I would ask myself, ama natumiwa vibaya?
I know.
Kwa sababu sina mtoto. Because people would come, wanakuambia mashida, and then nawahurumia, and I would divert my money.
I think that is what kept you going.
That is it. So I used to be busy. And 16 goes like
And your in-laws never asked you a question?
Of course, they could talk behind my back.
Okay.
And then,
what are the meanest thing you heard? Maybe not necessarily from your in-laws, or maybe just your circles.
Like you married a woman from Nairobi.
Amefanya mavitu.
Unaweka wazangi. You know? And don't forget, I know that.
And you can't go telling everyone?
I can't.
Now, do they know the story, or they're hearing it for the first time?
Oh, they know.
Now they know.
They know. See, they saw me holding a baby.
Yeah.
God,
no, they knew the story behind why you are not getting children.
No, I couldn't expose the man.
Definitely.
They didn't know. They didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah. So now we stayed.
So one of the meanest things is that msichana wa Nairobi amefanya
mambo.
Is there anybody who confronted you on the face?
No, they couldn't. Because you know I'm that strong woman.
Yeah.
And then now I think I shut.
Yeah.
I protected myself so much. So I couldn't give people any room.
Okay.
To come and ask me. It is a topic that could never be discussed.
Around you. And your family? My
family, you know, they could see myself moving on well, and they're like, I think I was unapproachable. I used to hide it so much, so they couldn't. Apart from a few close cousins, and you know those people, the cousins you've grown together, and they're like, I mean, yeah, and I'm telling them, no, you're true, you encourage yourself, and no, you know that one.
And I think that's the best way to approach it, definitely. Because if you break down, then now you're dealing with depression, many other things.
Yeah. By the way, it kept me going.
Yeah, it did.
It never put me down, although I used to cry a lot. A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
At night? Yeah.
Then, in the office where I used to work, we were many ladies. Do you know? You could get like people getting pregnant, like 3 in a row.
Aye.
Yeah.
And you're in administration.
Of course.
So you are aware.
You are managing all of them. Like, yeah. They could get pregnant in a row.
And you were in administration and you could see them passing by.
Definitely. And then I would arrange for baby showers. It was all over.
Oh, that time there was baby showers?
Yeah, now that holding babies.
Oh, holding
and
babies,
like, see, your friends have gotten children, your colleagues and all that. I was in the front line. And I think I sowed seeds.
Which I think in itself that you were not angry that people have.
No, I used to be
what
very
you don't
happy.
have.
I used to be very, very happy to see people holding children because I think I could understand the joy. You know, I'm like, wow. So it never like made me feel like the way you feel bad that your friend got married after you, they get children and all that. So it kept me going, and I think it's a good thing.
Okay,
when
so
you celebrate people's blessings.
Which is not easy.
It is not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Because most people tend to resent people who have what they don't have.
Exactly.
And you never know how you may react until you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I tend to believe that your faith in God played a major role in how you dealt with the situation.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. And then one day I decided to walk by faith. And my colleague who used we used to have trainings outside the country. And one day a colleague was going to Malaysia. And I told her, Maggie, once you go to Malaysia, please get me some baby's clothes. Yes? And she brought me many clothes. So I came and asked her, how much are these? She told me, no, I'm going to sow a seed in your life.
Wow.
Yes. And do you know, 90% of clothes were baby boy.
And you never disclosed to her that you want a baby boy?
They knew. No, I didn't even say no, but you know now that time.
That there was a prophetic word.
Yeah, there was a prophetic word, but you like, it is never coming to pass. You know, hiyo tu unashindwa, but deep within you, the word was so strong. Like, it will happen. How?
I don't know.
God knows. And then, this girl, she didn't know whether I have a desire of getting a baby boy, because I had desired also. Because in the Bible, I was telling God, all these children of promise, they were boys. So I knew. It is not recorded anywhere.
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah, I
Samuel,
know. You know.
Samson.
You know. All that. So the girl brought baby boys, and I took them to my pastor for dedication by faith.
Wow.
Told her, now me, this is a point of contact for my miracle.
That is at what year?
At around 12.
12?
Yeah.
So we have 4 more to go?
We have 4 more to go.
Okay.
And now the 4 were the hardest. Yeah.
Okay, tell us more.
See, now we've done hospital, we've done different diagnoses. So what does that mean? Mimi, nimetibiwa na niko sawa. So, I think wewe niwe unakuanga na kashida na usemangi.
Because all along he's the one being treated.
That is it.
Okay.
So now I started feeling some disconnect. Because you can tell, especially after that, doing things together and you've covered this guy. And there were some changes all of a sudden. That time we were doing business and so many phone calls are coming because we used to sell gas. And it's this delivery thing. We do door-to-door deliveries. So phone calls after phone calls after phone calls. So the guy is very busy doing some deliveries and all that. And there is this certain woman who could call all the time. And something would tell me, no, this is not a client. No. How long does it take to consume gas in your house? A
month or 2.
Yeah. And this person is always calling. Then I noted
the gas levels.
Yes. And like, you cannot keep ordering gas now and then, because the only relationship we have with this client is gas. So it tells you, can you wake up? Something is very wrong here. And I noted this number. the same number calls me. And I'm like, why are you calling me? And she didn't talk. She would call and listen. Maybe listening whether I'm with my husband or something, I don't know. Up to today, I've never understood. So betrayal began. And the lady could torture me emotionally. She could text, hey, you know you're barren.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Yes. Unaringanga, I think you're so beautiful. And yes, you are, but you can't give birth. You're barren. Sasa ujue, tuko wawili. And we would fight about these phone calls. Not physically, because I would demand why the same number keeps calling you, and anytime when you're called by this number, you don't pick up when I'm there.
And did you show him the messages?
Yes, I did.
And what was his response?
Telling me I don't know this person. Simjui.
And you never tried to call her?
I couldn't, because I didn't have the energy to fight.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't have.
Wow.
So it became so bad that I decided to switch off. I switched off and I left that marriage emotionally and mentally, because it was a total betrayal. You know, knowing that you've walked the journey with this guy for so long. And do you know, I switched for 3 years. Yeah. Nothing is happening. You're just there.
Wow.
People can see you together, but nothing is happening, you know.
Did it bother him?
Well, I don't know.
There were no attempts to do reconciliation?
That's why I told you when we began, like I was doing this thing alone. I was in the journey alone. Because the guy was comfortable, I would do everything, I would bring the home together. And the society would see a very good family. So the guy has nothing to lose. At the end of the day, sinema mwanamke uzangi, and the community and the society knows.
Definitely,
yeah. And you can't go telling everyone.
Yeah.
And then he used to take an advantage of, I can't talk. I could not talk about it.
Oh.
I could not expose him, and to him, I think it gave him a lot of comfort.
Yeah.
He was very comfortable. Yeah, and then I got tired, and I said, now, this one, can't take it anymore.
Wow, our viewer, I think it couldn't get worse. But as the Bible says, that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. We are going to get into the last segment and hear how her morning came. See you after the break. So now after these 3 years, yes. Were you talking? Were you behaving? Were you doing your wifey duties?
I was. I was. I was that woman, that good girl.
And going to church and like?
As usual. Early morning, I would serve. I used to keep myself busy and away from this thing. Then I couldn't share. I think it hit me, and it's the least I could have expected.
That is, yeah, that was a stab on your back.
It was. Then he started like getting away from church during this period. Yeah. And he was on and off church.
Was he drinking?
No.
He wasn't?
He wasn't.
Just on and off church?
And no, not violent, no nothing, you know. So we were just there.
But no communication?
No communication, no nothing.
And he was okay with it, you were okay with it?
Myself.
Those walls were there, and everybody was just normal?
Yes, it was normal. Oh. I would get home in the evening, I would cook, I would do everything.
And you did?
Yeah. But there was no communication.
But you never even attempted to do tests to prove him right or wrong?
He knew it.
Okay.
And then I decided, now it's my life at the end of the day. And I thought I would lose it. You know, when you're so quiet, I thought I'm going to get into either depression or something. And I said, no. And one day I would listen to my mind, and I'm like, Emily, I think your mother never gave birth to a fool. Yeah. You've seen all the signs. Because at some point, the woman would even text me that she gave birth to a baby boy. Yes.
And is it true?
I don't know how true it was, but I think it wasn't. You know, muimba, unadungwa.
And because she was actually not very straight woman,
yeah,
she would get it from anywhere
definitely
to keep the man.
And then, you know, the rumors started spreading.
That you are the cause.
That I am the one who cannot give birth.
Jesus.
And now it became unbearable.
I think it's a human way of trying to cover up.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
and then I'm telling you, I started moving out slowly. And never joke with a woman. When a woman is quiet, you don't know what they are thinking. Mm-hmm. And then I'm telling myself, you take care of bills, because I used to. Mm-hmm. You're responsible enough. You're a big girl. So living would be the option. And I started my journey of walking out of this marriage, which I did. And I told this guy, now we need to talk about this thing. He's not ready. I called his cousin. He was a pastor in Kitale. He came all the way. Came, we started talking. And the guy said, we are okay. Nothing is wrong. And then I felt so foolish. I'm like, I mean, yani mimi ndio niko na shida. The guy tells the cousin boldly, imagine tuko sawa. Yeah. And I said, sasa hapa, this is a losing battle. Because if you don't admit that there's a problem, we cannot solve the problem. Because you know, unaona hakuna shida. And like, you see, at the end of the day, you are the one who have a problem. By the way, I think he thought, when unataka mtoto, so, shauri yako. So, I left. 7 years ago. And then I'm there. See, I'm in church. So you don't know about these things. What happens outside marriage? You got married when you're very young. What happens after you leave?
So you packed your things and you got your own car house. Yeah. Did you tell anybody?
Yeah, now I discuss with my parents. I discuss with my family and my friends.
And they were supportive?
Very, very, very much. They said,
and did this woman now stop harassing you?
Yeah, she did.
Or even within that time when you were calling the pastor, she was still harassing you?
Yeah. By the way, I blocked her.
Okay.
So I said I don't want to be emotionally drained. So I set the guy free. I told him, imagine me najua the pain of not having a child. And I know you also have the same pain. And now since you've moved on, let me set you free. You go and stay with the woman who gave you a child. Because at the end of the day, we've gone through this journey together to get the results of having a child. And since to me it's not working, I'm not able to give birth. Let me set you free. Do you know, he thought I was joking. And one day I just packed.
He thought you were joking?
And I left. I got a house in Kikuyu. Kwa kid farmer kwa nikajificha huko. Yeah. And I started life. And then the journey began of like, you don't know where to begin in terms of relationships. You're a church girl. Where do you begin? I can't do things that I see women doing. They're all over, you know. But after 1 year, I got a guy.
Oh, so that was done?
It was done.
And he moved on with the other one?
Yeah, he did.
And they have a child?
I don't know.
Okay.
I never bother. It never bothers me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I said, hiya, they are good men, still remaining. Got a guy who lost his wife many years back. Yeah.
Wow.
And we started dating.
You started dating?
Yeah.
Now
like feeling loved. You know?
A full-grown woman now. You know how love feels like.
That is it. And then, you know, I'm like, hiya, I've never been loved.
Wow.
And do you know, I relaxed.
Wow.
And like, the anxiety left because this guy was all over me. Telling me, do you know what, girl? You have no reason for not giving birth. If the story you gave me was right, you will definitely get children.
So did it begin like a relationship?
Yeah,
or it began,
just like that. And it started growing. And then this guy is so mature.
Yeah.
So he tells me, Aya, do you know I've been looking for a mature woman to date?
Wow.
So
I'm stuck.
I know.
Like after maybe 15 years,
yes.
You just work and go and it doesn't come for you.
Never even calls me. That's why I told you, I think I was in this thing alone. You can imagine. So I felt so wasted. And I'm like, I sacrificed my career and my life and my youth for a man who has no value for marriage at all. Zero. So anyway, and you know the way women commit to their marriage and they work it out. However, Nile, you know the way we were brought up. And then you've seen your mother go through so much and they encourage you. And like you have that family setup that lazima you work out your marriage, you know.
I know.
Yeah, that,
wow.
Yes.
That is a lot. I think now you are dealing with double pain.
That is it. So, and now this guy came, he was like, by the way, I started dating when I was 40.
God.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Life begins at 40.
Life begins at 40. It began for me.
Yeah.
And immediately after now warming up to each other and like, think we are two big grown-ups. We can do this thing. We can do life. Yes. I got pregnant.
Just like that?
I never even went to any hospital, Mom. The way you can think I need to be checked or something. Hivo. After dating for 6 months. 6 months only. Yeah. And you see, I had stayed for about a year when I was trying to recollect myself and trying to bring my life together. Then things happen like they say it rains, it falls. When I left in December, in January, I was sacked. I was terminated.
Wow.
Yeah, in a company I had worked for 12 years.
So it's like
things.
It was a dry season for you in every way.
It was the wilderness, you know. And
how did you manage financially now? You are emotionally heartbroken, you don't have a child, you don't have a job.
Imagine. Okay. And then I thought, I'm not going to look for a job. And I started doing my businesses. Yeah, I picked up. And I'm telling you, I found God waiting for me on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
He has been so gracious.
So
he provided for me. My businesses started picking, like immediately. Yeah. And then this other guy was very supportive. And then now the excitement. Oh my God.
Did he have other kids?
Yeah, he has a daughter.
Okay. Yeah. How big?
13.
13.
She just joined Form 1 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're the mommy now?
Yeah, of course.
How does it feel?
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
And how old is your son now?
My son is 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, he also joined school this year.
Yes.
Yes. His name is Kiama.
Kiama?
Yes.
How was it like to hold your baby?
Oh my God. It is joy unspeakable. You know, I got pregnant and I could not believe I'm pregnant. You know, you wake up in the morning and I say, "Mae, bado kako," you know? And then this guy used to tell me, you will get pregnant. And the moment you get pregnant, you'll be pregnant. And that will be it. So don't tense. Don't be nervous. Relax. Don't be anxious. You can never conceive with anxiety. And he used to encourage me. And I relaxed. He was telling me, it will happen anyhow. Don't worry. And you remember when God spoke that I'll get a baby, there was that thing that if it will somehow happen. How it will happen, I had no idea.
So now you introduce this. How did your family receive him?
Very well.
And your in-laws, they never came for you?
No. I've never had a phone call, even from my mother-in-law, up to today, 7 years down the line. Because this is my 7th year since I left. Wow. I've never.
So did you do divorce?
I'm in the process.
You're in the process.
Yes.
So you did a customary marriage.
Yes.
For this other one.
And I'm telling you, it was not even giving me any pressure.
No. You just
I got what
I
wanted. Yes.
So it's possible to live in a marriage where you are mismatched from the onset.
You can. By the way, because it was a total mismatch, I can say.
Wow.
Yeah. Then now I got pregnant, went for a test, and my guy would tell me, "This is a baby boy." Even before the scan, he used to tell me there has to be.
And you still have the clothes you bought like 4 years
Yes, they're still there.
Jesus.
They're still, and I would hold them, and I'm like, yes.
Wow.
Finally,
it's
my time has come.
Faith. Wow.
Yes. And here
Any more children planning to have more?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You don't?
I would not mind a baby girl.
You don't mind?
Yes, but I have a very handsome baby boy. His name is Kiama.
Congratulations, Mama
Kiama. Thank you.
It's such a blessing to have that title placed on you.
It is.
Especially after that long
Yes, it is.
Great.
Yes, it is.
So our viewers, that has been the story of Emily Karanja. It ends as God intended for her. I pray that you will wait on God. Let your ending be brought about by God. And even if you are stuck in a situation, know there is a light on the other side. Because when God is involved, everything works out fine. So from the Gorgeous Women family and CTN TV, just want to wish you a blessed evening and thank you. Until we see you next time.